Have you ever had that experience where you have a relationship that goes toxic on you, or a relationship comes into your life that's an unhealthy, toxic relationship? It's just, maybe it started healthy, it's a friendship, it's maybe someone in your family, maybe it's in your business, and it started healthy, it started fine, but it's just, I don't know, that it's just kind of gotten to a place where it's unhealthy, it's toxic, and it makes you uncomfortable, and every time you think about it, you feel stressed, and you know you need to address it, but you're not sure how to address it. And you also are thinking, it makes me not want to do that thing. I don't want to spend time with that person, or with my family, or in that business. I don't want to be around this person because the relationships become toxic. I want to share with you 3 S's that you can use to be able to navigate this. But the first thing you have to do is you have to take full responsibility for this. Here's what I want you to think about. You get what you tolerate if you tolerate what you get. So in other words, you have to take some responsibility that you've allowed this to become a toxic relationship. Like, you get what you tolerate if you tolerate what you get. And so part of it is like, okay, I'm gonna step up my own personal responsibility, my own personal accountability, and I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna tolerate this stuff anymore. Like, I'm not gonna allow you to treat me this way, or the way that we're communicating, it doesn't work for me. You have to have that confidence to step up a little bit. So let me give you the 3 S's, and I'll walk you through how you can apply these starting literally right now to make these relationships more healthy. Because here's what you need to know about relationships. What creates health in a relationship is boundaries. It's borders. It's what creates health in like nations too. If there's no borders, there's no real health in the nations. So the same thing's true in your interpersonal relationships. What creates health in the relationship is borders or boundaries. If someone passes those boundaries, what was once a healthy relationship is now not healthy. Why? Because the borders have been violated. Are you with me? So we have to like reestablish and create healthy borders. You get what you tolerate. If you tolerate what you get, don't just hope it just ends. You've got to have a way to create some of those boundaries. So here's the 3 S's. First thing you want to do is this, is you want to set your standard. You want to be the kind of person that has a standard. Like you're not a doormat. You're not a garbage dump. People can't dump all over you. They can't walk all over you. Like, you set a standard in your life of how you want to be treated. And my standard is I want to be treated with respect. Why? Because I'm going to treat you with respect. If I treat you like dirt and then you treat me back, okay, then I kind of deserve it, right? Because I treated you terribly. But listen, if I treat you with dignity and respect, I expect you or demand you to treat me back that way because I'm treating you that way. Or that's my standard. So you set a standard with how you want to show up in a relationship. So number 1, you got to set. Number 2 is you have to share your standard. What does that mean? You want to share it with someone. Don't expect them to live up to a standard that you have. It's not even fair for you to expect them to live up to a standard that you have if you haven't taken the time to clearly share it with them, to articulate where you stand, what the borders are for you, what the boundaries are for you. Are you with me? So you have to set a standard, have a standard. A lot of people just go through life, there's really no standard. People can walk all over them if they wanted to. That's not you. You know, you're a leader of people, so you have to set your standard. Number 2 is you have to share it with people. And you have to do it in obviously a way that is endearing, and you're not trying to bulldoze everybody and run them over. You're just saying, hey, here's kind of how I roll. And then number 3 is you have to stick to your standards. You know, have the courage to stick to it. So you set it, you share it, you stick to it. So here's an example. I had a voice memo once. It was like I was tagged in a 3-way chat, and there was like a customer service issue with 2 gals on my team. And I remember the one gal, she was, bless her heart, you know what I'm saying? She was just one of those people that was just negative about everything, dude. Like, something was always broken. Everyone in the entire customer service department in our company knew her on a first name basis. She would spend hours and hours a day just creating fires that weren't even real. It was just one of those personalities. So we get on this, and the issue that they had, the customer service issue, was literally this big. One of her customers, the box was dented, whatever it was. It took 2 seconds to resolve. But she gets on this voice memo expressing her concerns to me. And she says, this is the problem with my customer's order. And then she says to me, mother effing this and F that. It just goes on this tirade, you know? And I'm listening to this, I'm like, okay. So anyway, I replied back and I said, listen, number 1, I've already resolved the issue. New packages being sent out, whatever it was, it took 2 seconds to resolve. It really wasn't that big of a deal. But then I said, number 2, I said, I need to talk to you about the way that I work, because this isn't gonna work for me. This style of communication, it's not gonna work for me. And then what I did is I went through and I already had a standard set, but then I shared the standard. I said, this communication style, like calling and yelling, and like, in other words, this isn't going to work. If you have problems, I'm happy to solve them with you. I want you to help think of some solutions, but your language is inappropriate. The way that you're acting is inappropriate, and it just doesn't work for me. Like, I won't work with this. This isn't going to work for me. In other words, you picked the wrong person to call and try and treat them like this. Like, I'm just not that person. And by the way, why am I not that person? It's because I would never do that to her. I would never call and give a tirade and like a vulgar laced message to this woman. Never, ever. I would treat her with professionalism, with dignity, with kindness. Even if we have issues to resolve, I would resolve them, but I would do it with decorum, right? So third is I just said, I'm happy to continue to work with you. I'm happy to help you with these challenges that you are facing. Again, we've already solved this one, but just so you know, this isn't going to work for me moving forward. So we'll need to like elevate the way that we communicate. I never had an issue with that person again, ever. And one of the reasons why is because I stuck to my standards. Are you with me? Like I encouraged her to elevate the way that she communicates. That's what you need to do. You're a leader. Like in your family, if there's unhealthy relationships, you need to have the tough conversation, my friend. You need to share your standard. Make sure you have a standard, you set one, but then you share with people. And if people violate it, you create more distance and more healthy boundaries in that relationship, because they keep overstepping what you once thought the boundaries were here. You have to create more distance in that relationship so that you're not hurt more often. So the boundaries and the borders will create the health in your relationship, and you know that more going in because you stick to your standards. My friends, life is too short to work with negative, nasty, toxic people. You know what I'm saying? There's too many good people out there to work with negative, nasty people that steal your soul a little bit, steal your sunshine a little bit. You have to live a life where you set clear standards and then share them with people. Have the courage, have the confidence. Don't be rude, but be direct and be firm and be like clear and articulate of what you're doing, and then stick to them. That's how you start creating more healthy boundaries. More healthy boundaries will help you to create more healthy, thriving relationships that take your life to the next level and your business to the next level. So listen, if you got some value from this, please like and subscribe to the channel. You guys know how the currency works. You know, I give you this for free. The currency exchange is a like. You know what I'm saying? So that's a subscribe to the channel. Also, if you got some value, please share it with someone that you think could use this right now. I know we all work in these teams where we need to reestablish some boundaries and some health in the relationships. And the good news is, once you do that, once you have some courage and you don't let people walk all over you, all of a sudden your confidence rises, and the way people perceive you will rise and go to the next level. So if you got some value, make sure you share it. Appreciate you guys. Talk soon.